Okay, so our two signals now come into one of those analog input cards. The signal, as we said, is converted from 4 to 20 milliamps into a digital signal. That digital signal is then read by what is called the controller. And what it does is it scans across each of the remaining cards. It scans them at roughly half a second. So the data is only ever a maximum of half a second old. So there's the full system. The left hand side card is the power. The one to the next that is the controller. Then we have each of the input cards, and then finally the one on the end is the field bus card. Field bus is a digital networking system. So following our signal through, it came in at 4 to 20 milliamps. It now exits as a digital signal, and that is now read by the controller. The controller now sends all our digital information via that cable underneath, an Ethernet cable. That Ethernet cable eventually drops down into that little box there. That is a router. That router allows the system to be enhanced, so we can actually add more controllers by connecting it to that. That in turn is connected to our computer. So that is the host. So there's your host computer. And from the computer, that in turn is sent to, and that's the back of the screen. So if we just follow back around, and there you go. So what you have now seen is how information is developed on the plant, how it starts its life and ends up as information on the screen. So that was the first one, TI-004, the RTD, and also across here the flow rate as the result of differential pressure. Your task is to choose either of those two measuring systems, not both, only one. What you now have to do is write the process from the generation of the information outside on the plant, right at the very beginning, right back to the transducer bit. From that, you need to follow the signal all the way along as I have. You then need to talk about what happens. You need to add detail to it, right up to the point where it becomes the display on the screen. So you now have to write about that from beginning to end.